Bulldogs and the Cheverus Stags, who will be the home team this evening. Well, last time these two teams played, they played to a 1-1 tie, so this should really be an interesting one. At the last heel points that I saw, Portland was third and Cheverus was fourth, so this is a pretty important game tonight. And let's hear the opening announcements, and then we'll get you to the game. Okay, you'll notice this evening there is one linesman and two referees out there. We'll see if this makes any difference in how the games are called. Usually we have two referees and that's about it, so I think this will be a little bit of a change for it. Opening face-off will be Sean Stairs for Cheverus and Ryan Marsh for Portland. And here we go. Draw goes back to Jay Schofield. Sends it up into the middle, but it's intercepted by Marsh. Tries a shot in. That's blocked down front by Marchese. Now taken by Marsh again into the corner. Centering pass. Deflected in front up to the point. Taken away from push-off. Stairs heads down the left side. Winds up, takes a shot saved by Mike Scott, and he holds on. Okay, face-off won by Portland. Will Sparks takes it behind his own net. Cross-ice pass, catches Walker coming up through the middle, drifts it down into the Cheverus corner. Behind the net, Marchese picks up the puck, sends it up the side. The deflection's intercepted off the board, sent in deep. Blocked by Walker, puts it down behind the Cheverus net. Sent up the boards, just out over the Cheverus line. Sparks sends it up to Walker. Dumped back in, partially blocked. Now it's taken by Cheverus. Schofield sends it up the side, taken there by Stairs. He breaks in, a lot of coverage on there. Nice cross-ice pass, however. Centering pass there, deflected by Scott. Dumped back into the zone by Dan Snyder. Behind the Portland net. Just a clearing pass up through center ice. Snyder takes it there. Sends it up the side. Marchese with it there. That's Kevin Marchese. Now down low behind the Portland net. Sent up the boards. Taken there by Humanek. Pass up through the center was missed. Buxton takes it there. Now intercepted again. High shot deflected up into the screen, and that will bring a face-off just inside the Cheverus blue line. Poland wins the faceoff, sends it cross ice. And now it's sent. Long cross ice pass by Cheverus into the Portland end. Taken there by Shaw. Now he's tied up. Bounced around, centering pass, brought down in front. Now it's loose down into the corner. Tied up along the board, so we've got a delayed penalty call here. And it's a holding call, but I'm not sure who it's against. Yeah, it looks like this one will go against Portland. I think it's Alex Shaw. So at 12:50 left in the first period, Cheverus will go on a power play.
Portland penalty number 8, Alex Shaw. Receives 2 minutes for holding. Time of the penalty 2 minutes 10 seconds.
Face-off won by Portland. Quickly sent up. A block at the point by Marchese. Cross-ice pass to Schofield. Shot deflected by Marsh up into the screen behind the Portland net. That'll bring a face-off to the right of Mike Scott, I believe. That's actually going to be about halfway up in the zone, up on top of the circle. McClellan and Marsh on the face-off again. Sent up but not out. Driven back into the zone. Schofield now down behind the Portland net. Sent around hard. Blocked at the point, and Marchese keeps it in. Over to the other side now. Buxton with it, sends it back. Schofield takes the shot. Blocked in front, didn't make it to Mike Scott. Now driven down the ice by Marsh. Excuse me, that was Walker. Okay. Held up behind the Cheverus net. Buxton starts it out of his own end. Cross ice to Schofield, back to Buxton on the far side. Breaking in on the right side. Shot high, blocked by Scott. Now on the rebound, it is covered up.
The Cheverus staff and coaching staff would like to recognize the Castle Bay Knights for their attendance and thank them for their support in tonight's game.
Okay, from the face-off, won by Portland. Controlled down in the corner, Luke Walker. Sends it around the side to Ryan Marsh. Long centering pass, makes it out to neutral ice. Schofield drives it back in. Blocked by Scott. Will Sparks takes it, lofts it down the length of the ice. There will be no icing as Portland's still killing the penalty. Schofield on it, chased by Jay Morgan. Cross-ice pass, taken on the side. Bagdasarian down to the corner. Puck taken away there by Walker. Sends it down to the far end again. Blocked by Punske. Scott Marchese from behind his own net. Sean Stairs comes behind, picks it up. Back to Marchese. A long pass up on the side. Driven down into the zone by Schofield. Blocked there by Sparks. Sends it down to the ice, and we've got about 10 seconds left in the Portland penalty. Driven down into the Portland end. Walker with it, chased by Bagsarian. Long pass up, taken back in his own blue line by Dan Snyder. Brings it up. Sent into zone. Buxton knocks it down. Sparks sends it back up the boards, but it's blocked. Sent back to the point. Snyder with the shot, just wide. Up on the other side, Dana Perry drives it back in. Bounces around in front of the Portland net. Mike Scott comes up with it. And he holds on. Okay, Morgan wins the faceoff. Sends it down behind. Alex Smart sends it up the boards. Now Morgan with it, coming up the side, center pass. Driven into the end, blocked by Punske. Sent behind the Cheverus net, stolen there by Goodson. Centering pass is blocked. Now Ryan Colombi takes it out of his own zone. Sends a nice pass through the middle. O'Brien breaking to the Portland net, covered by two players. Does not get the shot off. Tony Humanick from his own corner. Long pass ends up bouncing off the rafters. So that should give us a face-off back down in the Portland end. Okay, will be Little and Marsh on the face-off. One back to the Portland corner. Taken there, Mark O'Brien sends it around, but it's blocked. Still down in the corner. Now taken behind the net. Fought for back there. And we got some bodies flying. Now we've got a penalty being called again on Portland. Puck is touched up. And we've got a holding call. And that is also against number 8, Alex Shaw.
Portland penalty 3. Alex Shaw receives 2 minutes for holding. Time penalty 5 minutes 29 seconds. Shaw.
Up, they stop the play. I guess the net's off the post. Okay, they'll do it again, same place. Marsh McClellan on the faceoff. McClellan wins the draw this time. Backhand shot, blocked by Mike Scott and covered up. This time, Cheverus controls over on the side. Buxton with it. Sends it back to the point. Schofield back to Buxton again. Schofield across the blue line. Marchese takes the shot, blocked in front. Never made it to the goal. Portland picks up and they send it the length of the ice. Punske holds it up down in the corner. Marchese takes it there. Buxton starts it out. John McCallum on him. Nice cut to the outside. Quick shot. Ends up down behind the net. Blocked by Mike Scott again. Back to the point. Scott Marchese. Cross ice. Schofield with it. Quick shot. Held on to by Scott. Nice grab. It was a Cheverus player right on the doorstep. wins the faceoff, hard off the boards. Luke Walker sends it down and it ends up in the Portland bench. Face-off again, controlled by Portland, sent the link to the ice. Got about 45 seconds to go on this Cheverus power play. Stairs from behind his own net. Pressure on the side, but he makes it out of the zone. Now it's driven back in. Marchese with it again, puck's blocked. Ryan Marsh picks it up, he's alone right now. Shot to the outside, good glove save by Punske. And again, it's driven back into the Cheverus end by Portland. Schofield behind his own net. Starts it up the left side. Up to center ice, but again it's stolen. Marsh sends it back down. Marchese with it. Attempted block by Morgan, but that one makes it out. Now they pick it up in center ice. Ryan Brown with it. Taking down along the outside. Centering pass, no one there. Sent out of the zone by Portland. Snyder now with it. Blocked by Tony Humanick. Dumps it down into the Cheverus end. Portland's killed off the penalty. We're back to 5-on-5. Snyder up the boards. O'Brien picks it up there. Sends it up over the blue line. Controlled by Portland. Now Schofield starts to break out. Picked up there by Brown and driven into the Portland end. Mike Scott stops it behind his own net. Smart with it. Now Tony Humanick on the side. Up into center ice. Blocked there and turned around. Dana Perry. Long shot in on Mike Scott. Rebound to Chris Smart. Now Portland coming out of their own end. Blocked by the Cheverus defense nicely and back over the blue line. And we had a delayed offside. Now it's clear. Then Snyder with it. Pressured by Zach Payne. Now centering pass by Morgan. Blocked. Now blocked out in center ice. It bounces back in offside. We've got a delayed call. Now they're all onside. Snyder cross ice pass. Brown picks it up there. He's pressured. Now he dumps it down into the Portland end and Cheverus will change up. Chris Smart from behind his own net. Up the boards, Marsh with it there. Tries the pass, blocked. Kevin Marchese takes it around the outside. Tries the centering pass, taken by Marsh. And a little bit of body contact going on down. Okay, driven in by Marchese, blocked by Scott. Rebound bounces out, Portland will ice it. And that'll bring the faceoff back down into the Portland end. Oh, nice face-off by Cheverus. They held it up. Kevin Marchese got the shot from the outside, blocked by Mike Scott. Now sent around behind the Portland net. Tony Humanick picks it up, sends it up to the blue line. Taken there by Marsh. Sent up on the side. Eric Stevens takes a shot, but it's blocked. Now Cheverus in possession. Nice move to work that one out. Pass up the center, blocked by Will Sparks. Now coming back toward the Portland end, driven in by Marchese. Down behind the Portland net. Kevin Marchese with it there. Pressured in the corner by Tom Pushok. Sent behind the Portland net. Sparks sends it up around the boards. Eric Stevens picks it up on the side. Gets it out over the Portland blue line, but it's driven back in. Pushok from behind his own net. Cheverus changing up, a little bit of time. Broken up the blue line, but they forced it out. Now just into the Cheverus zone. Now Portland's changing up. We'll give them a little time. Dana Perry, long cross ice pass. Stairs takes it, breaks inside the defenseman, taken down there. Still working it behind the net, tries a centering pass, but it's pushed off to the side by Shaw. Back to the point, Dana Perry's shot blocked in front by Portland. And they started out of the zone. Nice hit. And another hit down here in the corner. Oh, all alone in front. Nice stop by Punske. John McCallum had a nice open shot in front. Breakout pass by Cheverus. Nice pass. Rory O'Brien breaking down behind the Portland net. Pressured there by Morgan. Alex Shaw sends it around the far side. Marchese pushes it deep into the zone. Chris Smart back up the close side. Lofts it in. Mike Scott catches and holds on. We've got about 3:08 left in the period. Still scores 0-0. On the face-off, held up between the centers. Shot attempted, but it's blocked. Now wide of the Portland net. Centering pass again. Sent back to the point. Schofield with the shot, just wide on the left, blocked by Mike Scott. And I think we might have a man in the crease call, but I'm not sure. The referee's indicating that the face-off's outside the zone. Cheverus controls from the faceoff. Schofield up the side. Pushed back into Cheverus end. Marchese with it now. Sends it up the side. Braun takes it over the Portland blue line. Centering pass. Now Portland controls. John McCallum sends it up into center ice. Marchese takes possession. Long cross ice pass off the boards. Will Sparks with it. Blocked. Oh, but he still breaks it, pushes it back outside the line. Now it's sent in. Tom Pushock takes it from his own corner. Down behind the net. Around the boards, John McCallum on the side. Pressured and taken down there. Cheverus drives it back in. Quick attempt on the shot. Blocked by Will Sparks, but he looks like he felt that one. Intercepted in center ice. Luke Walker had it, but taken down nicely inside the Cheverus end. Now Cheverus in control. Braun trying to get it through. Yep, pushed back into the Portland end. No icing. Jake McClellan was down behind the net, but it was taken away from him. Up to the point. Snyder takes a shot wide to the right. Now moved out of the Portland end. Luke Walker tries to send it in, but it's blocked. Back outside the blue line. Portland's got to hold up for the man to get on side. Now they dump it in. Snyder sends it up on the left side. Cross ice pass. Kevin Marchese cuts to the middle. Over the Portland blue line. Control still down behind the Portland net. Sends it behind. Buxton there. Kicks it out to the front. Kevin Marchese with it. Quick shot. And that one is in. I'm not sure who got that. It bounced around a little bit in front. The initial shot came from Kevin Marchese, and Mike Scott blocked that one, but someone pushed it in after that. I'm not quite sure who it was. Okay, from the faceoff, we have an icing call, so it'll bring the faceoff down into the Cheverus end. We've got 37 seconds left in the period. On Stairs wins the faceoff, but Marsh gets on top of it. Now taken away by Stairs. Punske holds it up on the side and will face it off again. That time won by Portland. Quick shot off the faceoff, blocked by Punske. Now sent up the side, blocked by Sparks, sends it back into the zone. Schofield with it. High up the boards, bounces Strange off the glass. Portland comes up with it. Ryan Marsh sends it into the corner. He's got it there, centering pass blocked. Picks it up again. Quick shot, blocked in front. Marchese sends it the length of the ice. And with 2 seconds left, we'll bring it into the Cheverus end for a quick face-off before the period ends. And it looks like Portland, for the 2 seconds, will pull their goalie, get a sixth skater on the ice. Maybe if they can win this face-off, get a quick rebound and put it in before the period ends. Yeah, they're stacking up in front of the net, both teams. 2 seconds on the clock. Oh, they got a quick shot off, but not quite quick enough. So the first period ends. Cheverus 1, Portland nothing. Okay, we're back. The second period's beginning. The teams have switched ends. Both teams are at full strength. The score is Cheverus 1, Portland nothing. From the draw, Luke Walker takes it and dumps it down into the Cheverus end. Round behind the net. Picked up there by Ryan Brown off the boards, but taken by Walker. Down to the corner. Long cross-ice pass, picked up on the far side. Rory O'Brien. Another long pass. Ryan Brown down in the corner, covered there by Tom Pushoff. Tied up temporarily in the feet. Now Ryan Brown takes it out, centering pass taken by Walker. Sent up on the side, Will Sparks with it over the red line. Takes a shot, blocked by Kevin Marchese. Excuse me, Scott Marchese. Ryan Marsh with it in front, feeds up. Blocked by Punske, and then the rebound is pushed wide. Sent back in. Portland will have to clear. Now the breakout pass. And that's offside coming over the Portland blue line. Morgan wins the faceoff. Alex Shaw sends it up the boards. Taken there, Dana Perry. It's pushed away from him by Jay Morgan. Now Dan Snyder takes it from behind his own net. Sent up the boards, out into center ice. Chris Smart sends it back into the Cheverus end. Back up the boards again. Center ice, Buxton with it, dumps it down. Kevin Marchese will be the first one to it, behind the Portland net. Sends it back behind. Seth Goodson takes it there. Sends it up the boards. Dana Perry tries to keep it in. Now it's sent back down just to the left of the net. Tony Humanek with it. Out of the zone. Morgan takes it up over center ice. Shot in. Kicked aside by Punske. And we've got a delayed penalty call on Cheverus now. Holding up, hooking call. And that is against.
Cheverus penalty, number 17.
Will Buxton.
Proceed 2 minutes for holding.
So Portland will go on their first power play of the evening. They've got the face-off inside the Cheverus zone. Portland wins the face-off. Down into the corner, Marsh with it. Will Sparks breaking in from the point, passed a little bit behind him. Still controls the puck. Oh, takes a long backhander and it sneaks in the far side. Just on the outside post. And all of a sudden we have a 1-1 tie. Portland wins the faceoff. Sparks again, sends it down into the Cheverus end. Taken behind the net, Dan Snyder. Oh, but stolen. Centering pass, Luke Walker, quick shot. Pulled down by Punske and he holds on. Face-off controlled by Cheverus. They send it up the side, but it's blocked by McCallum. And we've got a hand pass call. That should bring the face-off outside the zone. On the face-off, Luke Walker comes out with it. Across the blue line. Tied up there. Now skated up out of the Cheverus end, sent forward. Nice pass to the center. Oh, taken to the outside, blocked by Mike Scott, and he holds on. Face-off, dumped down behind the Portland net. Jay Morgan there with it. Cuts back, starts the break. Up off the boards, just outside his own line. Sent back in, it'll be offside. Morgan and Stairs on the face-off. Morgan wins it. Sends it back to Alex Shaw, who sends it down the ice, and we'll have an icing call. That'll bring it back into the Portland end. Now it's controlled. Rory O'Brien behind the Portland net, cuts in front, takes a shot, but on the block, the net went off. And I think this faceoff will stay in the Portland end. Nice face-off there, Jay Morgan. Will Sparks behind his own net. Has a little bit of time. Sends a cross-ice pass. It's knocked down. Oh, Jay Morgan hit hard coming out of the zone by Rory O'Brien. Cheverus controls the faceoff, dumps it into the Portland end, knocked down by Sparks, puts it up over the blue line. Long pass to McCallum, but it's taken there. Dan Snyder sends it back the other way. Into the Portland end, Sparks sends it out. Luke Walker dumps it all the way down, but he wasn't quite over the red line, so we've got an icing call. Nice draw by Buxton. Back to Dana Perry. Winds up for the shot. Blocked to the right side by Mike Scott. Now it's sent out to center ice. Taken there. Buxton sends it back into the Portland end. Scott holds it up behind his own net. Taken by Sparks. Scott loses his stick. Kevin Marchese tries to wrap around, but the net moves when he does. And we'll have the face-off to Mike Scott's right. Controlled by Portland, Tony Humanek. Sends it up just over the blue line. Luke Walker takes it there over the red line, winds up. Shots pushed a little wide. Now sent around the boards, but it's stolen by Portland. Quick shot, up over the shoulder and in. So within the first 5 minutes of this period, Portland's gone from a 1-0 deficit to a 2-1 lead.
Portland goal, scored by number 18, Ryan Marsh. Assist for number 19, Luke Walker, and number 14, Tony Humanek. Time and goal.
Okay, it plays down behind the Cheverus net. Tony Humanek sends it behind the net. Eric Stevens there, takes a hard hit, but sends it back. Now it comes around the side, John McCallum with it. Again, dumps it back down behind the Cheverus net. Now Cheverus comes out over their own blue line. Brian, up just offside at the blue line as Little was coming in on the outside. Portland control. They dump it into the Portland end. Mike Scott holds it up. Sparks sends it up the side. Goodson with it there. Pushes it up the boards to Marsh, who sends it to the middle. Luke Walker had it, but it's taken away. Dana Perry sends it across. Now dumped back into the Portland end. Sparks there. Takes a hit from Stairs in the corner. Dan Snyder keeps it in the Portland end. Now it's sent out. No icing on that one. Dan Snyder behind his own net. Sends it to the side. Dana Perry up the side, but not out of the zone. It's dumped back in. Will Sparks with it at center ice. Sends it cross corner. Ryan Brown takes it there behind his own net, taken down, but Dana Perry picks it up. Sends it up the boards and out through center ice. Sparks at his own blue line. Blocked by O'Brien. And just offside there at the blue line. Face-off controlled by Cheverus. They dump it in, but it's blocked. Still in the zone. Kevin Marchese. Shot blocked. Now it's sent back. Shot from the point. Blocked in front. Rolling around through the skates. Tony Humanek drifts it out into center ice. Now rolling down into the Cheverus end. Punske out to play it. Sends it back to center ice. Kevin Marchese again with it. Sends it up the boards. John McCallum takes possession. Clearing pass blocked at the point. Schofield keeps it in. Now pushed out by McCallum. In center ice. Stevens sends it down into the Cheverus end. Schofield behind his own net. Sends it up on the side. Jake McClellan had it. Now it's tied up on the boards. McClellan with it again. Around behind his own net. Long centering pass to Buxton at center ice. Kevin Marchese comes through, picks it up, takes him outside. Chris Smart still back, shot wide. Goes to the point, Scott Marchese, quick shot, blocked in front, but the rebound shot, nice stop by Mike Scott. And Alex Shaw sends it length of the ice. No icing as the goalie had to block it. Punske sends it out to Schofield. Schofield cross ice, attempted to Kevin Marchese, but he missed it, and that'll be an icing call on Cheverus. From the face-off, it is cleared up to the blue line and out by Cheverus. Attempted pass, and this will be icing again. Okay, Little and Marsh on the face-off. Controlled by Portland. Luke Walker tries a shot. It's blocked out to the point. Held in there. Now it's pushed out. Nate Braun coming down the side. Nice drop pass off the boards. Little takes it. Shot blocked by Seth Goodson. Now Ryan Marsh coming down with Luke Walker. Ridden to the outside very nicely. And I think we're going to have match penalties there. It'll be Ryan Marsh and Dan Snyder going on that one. Okay, because it's match penalties, both teams will still skate with 5 skaters apiece. From the faceoff, Cheverus controls, Schofield across to Scott Marchese. Pressure put on by Jay Morgan. Marchese brings it up over the center ice line. Dumps it in, but Portland controls. Now Alex Shaw starts it up the side, cuts to the middle, sends it up. Bounces around the Cheverus blue line. Now it's in the zone. Marchese still hanging on to it. Morgan on him. Body's going down. It bounces out to center ice. Oh, on that attempted drop pass, they called it offside. Stairs and Morgan on the faceoff. Sent down into the Portland end. Chris Smart with it. He's pressured. Now Ryan Brown comes up with it, sends it to the point. Shot in, blocked in front by Alex Shaw. Down behind his own net. Ryan Brown with it again. On the side. Sends it down low. Sean Stairs with it. Held up there by Chris Smart. Now Alex Shaw brings it around to the other side. Rory O'Brien on it there, hit by Jay Morgan. Shaw sends it up to center ice. Schofield takes it there. Sends it back to the Portland end. Now attempted clear, goes into the Cheverus bench. And we'll have a face-off just inside the Portland blue line. Face-off control by Portland, sent up the boards but not out. Now Luke Walker drifts it out into neutral ice. The Cheverus player touched it, so it will be no icing. Down behind his own net, Brian Eschbach. Puck's taken away and centered. Will Buxton picks it up there. Off the boards and out. Still bouncing around through center ice. Kevin Marchese with it now inside his own blue line. Pass up the center, Buxton with it there. Sends it up the boards. Tom Pushok takes it in his own end, off the glass. Up to center ice, Tony Humanek, up to Luke Walker. Breaks to the outside, Dana Perry covers him. High shot, goes wide. Now another shot down. Will Sparks takes that one, ends up behind the net. Fought for in the corner. Seth Goodson comes away with it, sends it back down low. Tied up in the corner. Goodson pushes it through, down behind the net. Perry comes out from behind his own net, sends it the length of the ice. And both teams will change up on the icing call. Okay, we've got 4:19 to play in the period. Portland's leading this one 2-1 right now. Braun comes up through center ice, dumps it down into the Portland end. Down behind the net. Luke Walker comes out of his own corner, just sends it out to center ice. Scott Marchese takes it there. Long shot in. Mike Scott gloves it and hangs on, and we'll have a face-off to his right. Little and Marsh on the faceoff. Won by Marsh. Alex Shaw takes it, sends it up the boards, but not out. Now it's out. Luke Walker coming down 2-on-1. He's got a player in the middle. Nice block by Jay Schofield. Now tied up in the corner. And we've got a whistle there. I don't think it's any penalty. I think we just got a face-off call. On the face-off, Morgan controls the draw back. Sparks sends it in, blocked by Stairs. Sends it off the boards. He's got O'Brien up in center ice. Oh, just offside on that. That was a nice pass play, but just offside. Face-off pushed into the Portland end. Will Sparks sends it back up, but not out. Dumped down into the corner. Rory O'Brien pushes it down the boards, down behind the net. Stairs takes it there. Tom Pushok tries to push it out toward the corner. Now Tony Humanek and Rory O'Brien on it. Glove down by O'Brien. Now controlled by Ryan Marsh. Puts to the center. Jay Morgan coming up over the Cheverus blue line with it. Hit there. Punske comes out, sends the puck back out over his own blue line. Marsh controls in center ice. Goes to the outside. Takes a shot. Blocked by Punske. Follow up. And I'm not sure why the whistle was blown. Maybe a net moved. I think we've got a penalty coming out of this one. That'll go against Jay Morgan from Portland for roughing. And it's a 4-minute penalty. So with 2:41 left in the period, barring a goal, Cheverus should be on a power play for the rest of this period.
Portland penalty, number 23, Jason Morgan, receives 4 minutes for roughing. Time of penalty, 12 minutes, 19 seconds. Jason Morgan, a double line for roughing at 12:19.
From the faceoff, Cheverus controls. Schofield coming up across the red line. Dumps it down into the end, blocked by Mike Scott and cleared quickly by Luke Walker all the way down. Jay Punske settles it down for his defenseman. Scott Marchese from behind his own net. Buxton takes it there. Up over his own blue line, challenge there. Still has the puck over the Portland blue line. Sent down into the corner. Kevin Marchese sets it up for Buxton, carries it to the center, but he's blocked there by McCallum. Will Sparks now. Tries to clear, but not out. Schofield blocks it at the point, sends it a little deeper. Now Walker comes up with it. Up through center ice to the blue line. Screen shot blocked by Punske and cleared to the corner. Schofield sends it up and it goes over the glass. We'll have a face-off to Punske's left. Marsh and Stairs on the faceoff. Marsh controls. Just sends it down behind the Cheverus net. Minute 44 to go in the period. Schofield sends it up the side. Bagsarian sends it farther up the boards. Stairs there. Tony Humanek down behind his own net. Pressured by Braun. And we've got a whistle. We'll have a faceoff to the right of Mike Scott. from the faceoff. Luke Walker behind his own net, cuts back the other way, sends it up, but not out. Schofield sends it across the blue line. Nate Braun with it there. Has a man in front, Stairs is there, shot's blocked. Walker clears the length of the ice. Minute 3 to go in the period.
Last minute to play in the second period. Last minute.
Pressure by Portland. Scott Marchese comes up over the Portland blue line, cuts to the outside, quick shot, that scores. So we've got the power play goal by Cheverus with 2:09 left in the Portland penalty. So that'll eliminate the final 9 seconds of the first Portland penalty, but they're still shorthanded.
Cheverus power play goal. Scored by number 11, Scott Marchese. Assist number 18, Steve Bagdasarian. Time to go 14 minutes, 11 seconds. Scott Marchese from Steve Bagdasarian on the power play at 14:11.
Okay, Dan Snyder from his own end sends it deep into the Portland end. Goes around to the far corner, pushed low there. Kevin Marchese with it. Tom Pushak covering him. Now John McCallum forces him to get rid of it. Sends it up to the point. Dan Snyder with it. Sent down low, blocked by Sparks in front. Ryan Marsh comes up with it. Sends it off the glass and down into the Cheverus end. 15 seconds left in the period. Left behind the Cheverus net. Now they started out, Dana Perry. Cross ice pass, 2 seconds in the period, and that'll about do it. So at the end of 2, we're tied at 2. Portland will start this period with 1:12 left in the penalty. And it should be a real interesting third period as these teams tied the last time they played. We're 2-2 now, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, just at the end of the second period there, number 25 for Cheverus, Dan Snyder, got a penalty, so that'll negate the Cheverus power play. We'll go 4-on-4 for the first minute and 12 seconds, and then Portland will have a short power play following that. Okay, Schofield takes it from behind his own net. Goes cross ice, but it's stolen. Quick shot by Walker, goes wide. Schofield again, pressured by Marsh. Sends it up the side, Marsh takes it now. Sends it across. Shaw takes a shot, but it's blocked in front. Now Ryan Brown sends it the length of the ice, and that'll bring it back into the Cheverus end. Cheverus controls the faceoff. Schofield sends it around. O'Brien on the side. Moves it up the board. Stairs with it there. Takes to the outside. Hit by Alex Shaw. Puck drifts down into the corner. Stairs back up. Pressures Marsh, who sends it up the boards. Rory O'Brien takes it. Sends it back. Scott Marchese with the quick shot. And that goes through. That's in. And very quickly on the 4-on-4, Cheverus takes the lead 3-2.
Cheverus goal is second of the night, scored by number 11, Scott Marchese. Unassisted. Time to go 49 seconds. Scott Marchese is second of the night, unassisted at 49 seconds.
Okay, Ryan Marsh up to Luke Walker through center ice. Backhand shot wide. Humanick on it, pushes it back down behind the net. Dana Perry takes it. No, Ryan Marsh comes up with it. Sends it up to the point. Will Sparks with it. Pulls it to the outside. He's hit there, but he sends it into the zone. Now it's out into neutral ice. Tony Humanick sends it back in. Now up to the red line. Sparks with it. Sends it across. Goodson drops it down into the Cheverus end. Blocked by Punske. Pass up. Intercepted. Now Marsh comes up with it. Cuts to the middle. Is left alone. Sends it to the weak post, but it just goes wide. Kevin Marchese with it. Cheverus is shorthanded at this point. Marchese sends it down the ice. Blocked it at the net by Mike Scott. Leaves it for his defenseman. Sparks starts it out. Up into center ice. Humanick drops it behind, down into the Cheverus end. Schofield brings it around. Pressured by Goodson, but not out. Taken at the point by Walker. Now it's broken up. And Cheverus sends the length of the ice, but the penalty had expired, so that'll be an icing call. Okay, we're back to a 5-on-5 game. Face-off controlled by Portland. Quick shot was blocked by Bagdasarian. Now they send a pass up to him, but it's out of his reach. And that's an icing call. And apparently that had been waved off by one of the referees, so due to that error, I think the face-off will be at center ice. After the discussion ends. Portland controls the face-off. Smart sends it up. Marchese takes it, drives it down into the Portland end. Bounced around in the corner. Big crowds setting up down there. And we've got a whistle, and we'll have the face-off to the right of Mike Scott. On the face-off, Ryan Brown pulls it back, but it's taken by Portland. Blocked at the point by Snyder. He's hit, but he sends it back in. Now Tony Humanick at his own blue line. Sends it up the board. Snyder takes over. Sends it across. Dana Perry. Up the boards. O'Brien there. Pass intercepted. O'Brien comes up with it again, but it's offside at the Portland blue line. Brown and Marsh on the face-off. Brown wins it, back to the point. Snyder dumps it in the Portland end. Sent around behind the net. Stares with it in the corner. Chased by Marsh, centering pass. Blocked in front, bounces up to the point. Quick shot, nice stop by Mike Scott. The rebound taken, but it's covered up by Scott. Okay, O'Brien pushes it into the Portland end. Scott sends it around behind his own net. O'Brien picks it up in the corner, taken by Pushok. Sparks sends it over to the boards. On the side, Ryan Marsh with it. Sends it back up. Walker coming out across his own blue line. Now down across the Cheverus line. Still in control, down into the corner. Hit there by O'Brien and Snyder. Now pulled out. Marsh with it, poked away from him. Sent up the boards, O'Brien with it. Puts it by Sparks. And Sean Stairs racing down to pick it up. He's covered by Tom Pushok. Centering pass is taken down in front. We've got a penalty call and the net moves. So Portland will have a penalty on this. And I think Cheverus may have picked one up after the whistle. Okay. Ryan Brown's going in for Cheverus. And I think that might be John McCallum who went in for Portland. So with match penalties, the sides will remain 5-on-5.
Portland penalties, number 15, John McCallum. Receives 2 minutes for interference. Cheverus penalties, number 9, Ryan Brown. Receives 2 minutes for slashing. Time on penalties, 4 minutes, 1 second. McCallum for Portland, a minor for interference. Brown for Cheverus, a minor for slashing. Both penalties occurring at 4:01.
Cheverus wins the face-off. Quick shot blocked in front by the Portland defense. Stolen, Kevin Marchese. Cuts to the middle, but he's offside. Puck's pushed down deep in the Portland end. Shaw with it there. Sends it up the boards, but it's blocked. Now Jay Morgan sends it around to the other side. Pushed back in by the Cheverus defense. Now down in the corner. Eric Stevens comes up the side with it. Just out over the blue line, but it's taken there, dumped back in. Cheverus clears. Now Shaw with it from behind his own net. Cross ice pass. Ends up on Schofield's stick. He sends it back down. Chris Smart takes it now. Sends it up the boards. Stolen by Buxton. Hit on the side. Morgan with it behind. Hard pass off the boards. Not out of the zone though. Buxton centering pass. Goes through the middle and into the corner. Braun with it in the corner. Sends it to the front. No one there. Buxton takes a shot. It's up over the net. And Portland will ice the puck right now, get the change up. So with 9:44 to go in the third, we've got Cheverus 3, Portland 2. On the faceoff, Nate Braun kicks it over to the side. Pass to the point was a little bit outside, went out in the center ice. Now it's driven back in. Ryan Marsh with it, pressured there. Brian Little. Now it's sent around to the side. Will Sparks in the corner. Broken up also by Little. They both go to the corner, centering pass. Dan Snyder takes it at the point. Quick shot. Blocked in front. Puck was blocked and then rolled to the corner. Quick whistle on that one. From the faceoff. Portland controls behind their own net. Now it's taken by Cheverus. Little sends it off the boards to the point. Dana Perry, quick shot. Blocked by Mike Scott and covered. Stairs and Marsh on the face-off. Stairs wins this one. O'Brien to Marchese to Schofield. Sends it low. Stolen by Walker. Walker coming on Schofield. Comes in across the line. Now it's driven in. Marchese sends it around. Schofield up to O'Brien on the far side. Takes a hit at the blue line, but drives it in. Stairs with it behind the Portland net. Centering pass, blocked by Mike Scott. Sent up to the point, but not out. Marchese sends it back in. Taken by Stairs in front. He's hit. Now it's pushed outside into neutral ice, down to the Cheverus end. Scott Marchese behind his own net. Up on the side, Ryan Colombi sends it up. Now Marchese with it again, feeds it up the board. Stairs there. Drops it into the Portland end. Colombi takes it in the corner, pushes behind the net. Alex Shaw with it, now it's broken up. It rolls in on Mike Scott, he covers up. Alex Shaw takes it in his own corner, flips it up the boards, blocked on the boards. Now Jay Morgan follows it up. Long pass up to center ice, but this is going to be offside. Rolling around on the boards. Now it rolls down to the Cheverus corner. Snyder takes it down behind his own net. Board pass into the corner. Dana Perry with it. Pressured by Eric Stevens. Snyder comes out of his own corner. Breaks up through center. Tries to send it off the boards. It hits the referee at the line. They've got a delayed offside. Cheverus clears out. Now they're back in on the pressure. Sent out to center ice. Marchese sends it back into the Portland end. Mike Scott holds it up behind his own net. Shaw with it there, drops it. Smart sends it back to the corner. Eric Stevens in his own corner. Rattle around the boards. Humanick in the corner with it. Pressured there. Now he sends it off the boards, up to the point, but not out. Schofield sends it back. Still inside the zone. Now Stevens finally gets it out into center ice. Blocks it there, still up in center. Long pass down, and this will be icing against Cheverus, which will bring it back down into their end. Marsh and Braun on the face-off. Marsh wins it back to the point. A little hard to control there, but it stays in. Quick shot. Oh, just wide. Down into the far corner. Marchese sends it up the boards. Braun pushes out over his own blue line. Taken there by Marchese. He's taken down by Luke Walker. Right at the Portland blue line. Braun follows up, comes in, quick shot, blocked by Scott. Braun brings it around, sends it up to the point. Schofield's there, sends it in, blocked by McCallum. We've got a whistle. Net appears to be off again. From the faceoff, Ryan Marsh pushes it out to the side. Luke Walker takes it there across the blue line. Long shot, and that goes in on the far post. So with 5:46 left in this game, we have a 3-3 tie. From the face-off, Marsh sends it in. Darren Snyder takes it behind his own net. Up the boards, Columbia there. Now Snyder with it again. Cuts back, comes up the middle. Cross-ice pass. Stairs takes it on the far side. Down over the Portland line. Taken on the side, but he drops for O'Brien. Quick shot, blocked by Scott. Sent back to the point. Dana Perry, quick shot, wide of the net. Pushed out over the Portland blue line, sent back now. Snyder with it at center. Drives it down into the Portland end. Scott blocks it behind his own net. Sent up on the close side, intercepted by Buxton. Quick shot there, tied up by Mike Scott. And we'll have a face-off in the Portland end. On the face-off, won by Cheverus. Quick shot, blocked by Mike Scott again. Another kick save there. Chris Smart sends it up the boards, but it's blocked. Kevin Marchese tied up with Morgan. Now another player moves in. And Portland comes up with it. Alex Shaw sends it back the other way. Now Eric Stevens. Pass Tony Humanek coming down through the middle. Pushed to the outside by Jay Schofield. Jay Morgan tried the centering pass, blocked by Marchese. Sent back to the point. Tied up there, now it's pushed out. Marchese, both Marchese's coming down. Scott Marchese breaks for the net. Pushed outside by Mike Scott. Still in the Portland end, now it's taken again. Eric Stevens coming up over the red line. Sends it across, but that's intercepted. Buxton pushes it up. Now that's broken up. Schofield, long shot, knocked down. Shaw with it there. Now Mike Scott covers up. With 3:47 to go, we're getting some speed on this game. Braun and Marsh on the faceoff. Won by Braun, back to the point. Snyder sends it deep into the corner. Pushok with it there, down on his knees, but still controls. Over to Marsh, sends it up the boards. John McCallum on the side. Cross-ice pass, broken up. Nate Braun brings it back the other way. Now taken by Walker. Sends it back to center ice. He picks it up just inside his own blue line. Off the boards. Over the red line, dumps it in. Will Sparks picks it up. Sends it around, it's tied up along the side. Centering pass was blocked. Now Snyder with a quick shot blocked by Scott. Nice save on the rebound. Brian Little raced for that rebound and took the shot. Mike Scott got across to hold that one up. So we're just under 3 minutes to go with the score tied at 3-3. Portland wins the faceoff. Luke Walker coming up over his own blue line. 3-on-2. Cuts to the outside. Pass to McCallum. Quick shot. Went off the defenseman and wide. Walker still with it to McCallum again. Quick shot blocked. Sent around the boards and bounces off the defenseman and out. Now they're in a foot race for it. Sean Stairs picks it up, cuts to the middle, and he sends it in underneath a sprawling Mike Scott. So with 2:34 to go, the tie is broken. It is 4-3. Okay, following the goal, Sean Stairs scored that one. Portland has called timeout. So with 2:34 to go, Portland's taking the lead, 4-3. That's, sorry about that. Cheverus is taking the lead, 4-3.
Please credit assist number 18, James Shortfield on the save goal.
Okay, 2:34 on the clock, a 1-goal difference. Jay Schofield sends it up off the glass, now controlled by Will Sparks in his own zone. Sends it up just over the blue line, Ryan Marsh with it. Dumps it into the Cheverus end. Jay Punsky pulls it wide, and then Schofield sends it off the boards. Bounced around at the Cheverus blue line, now Kevin Marchese brings it up. Nice pass. Jake McClellan takes the shot high off the glass. McClellan still takes it down in the corner. Pressured there by Tony Humanek. Now Will Buxton picks up the loose puck, takes a shot, blocked by the defenseman Tom Pushok, and Mike Scott ties it up. With 1:55 left to play and a 1-goal difference, we may want to watch for Portland to see if they pull their goalie. Long breakout pass up into neutral ice. Walker with it, he's hit, but he sends it in deep. Clearing pass blocked, but now comes up through the middle. Brian Little with it. Descended on by a couple of Portland players, they break him up. Walker up to Marsh, Marsh breaking around the outside. Takes the cut to the middle and he scores. And all of a sudden we are tied up again, 4-4. Okay, we're tied back up again with 1:25 to play. Sparks sends it around behind his own net, intercepted on the boards by Stairs. Now, starting the breakout. Luke Walker across center ice. Long shot into the zone, bounces off the backboards. Long rebound. Marsh comes up with it. Quick shot and it goes in again. And that quickly. Portland has taken a 5-4 lead with 1:01 to go. From the faceoff. Cheverus controls. Now it's right at the blue line. Back to neutral ice. Driven into the Cheverus end. Dana Perry takes it from his own corner, sends it behind the net. Snyder. Cross ice pass to Kevin Marchese, a little bit ahead of him. Sent back out to neutral ice. Snyder takes it behind his net. Ryan Marsh is on him. Cuts back the other way to get loose. Perry up the side now, Kevin Marchese. Jake McClellan up over center ice. Breaks into the zone. Pressured there, but he comes through still with the puck. Takes the shot, wide to the left. And once again, the net is off. There are 16 seconds to play. Cheverus has their goalie out. They've got the extra skater on the ice. And Cheverus has now called a timeout to talk this one over. 16 seconds to play. Portland is ahead, 5-4. Okay, with 16 seconds left to play, the faceoff will be to the left of Mike Scott. Portland's got the lead by 1 goal. And Cheverus has their goalie in the bench, and they've got the extra skater on the ice. Will Buxton and Ryan Marsh to take the faceoff. Refs are straightening out the bodies in front of the net. Ryan Stairs controls. Now it's bouncing around between players. Comes loose in front. Sent to the middle by Marchese. Shuffled around there. And it's been pushed at, but I don't see any indication for a goal, so I think we'll have another face-off. We've got 6 seconds to play. Okay, face-off from the same place. Buxton and Marsh again. Drawn to the corner. Back to the point. Quick shot. It's bouncing around, but they do not get the shot off. And Portland will take this one, 5-4. So after a 3-3 time at their first meeting this year, this one came pretty close, but in the end, hat trick by Ryan Marsh put this one away for Portland. So that'll about wrap it up here from the Portland Ice Arena on Saturday night, February 3rd. Have a good evening, everyone.